Okay, this video is going to be about XML feeds and RSS feeds, and not about creating them, but about how to pull them in with PHP so that you can then use them for whatever purpose you want. Whether you want to syndicate somebody's blog that they don't have a feed, or you want to make your own blog, or you want to make your own blog tool, or you want to bring your Twitter feed in, or your YouTube feed, or anything you want, this is a generic way to do it with PHP. Basically, this is the output right now. We can do something very quickly. I'll jump to the file. I'll go through the whole file in a second. But let me just show you what this is capable of. This is the description, is the main text. So if we actually just change that, we add a table, and I'm not going to close these because I know it works in Safari. I'll show you how to change them in a second. Right, so we'll add a table there, and then we'll close our data and close our TR. I know I'm not closing the table. I know. And now we refresh it, and you can see a nice organized list, actually, of what we have going on here. So this is my Twitter feed. Okay? Very easy to do. Here's all the tweets I have, and they're all organized, nice and neatly. So let's take a look at how to do this. Basically, I'll start from the top. This is a utility file, like I've been talking about the last couple days, so I will give you this file. I don't remember where I got it, but I got it somewhere. I did not write it. I just modified it, and I'll show you how to modify it too to make it easier. So ignore all of this, except for this. Here, bam, bam, bam. Okay. So change show to how many you want to show. So I'm showing 50. So if I change it to 5, refresh, I'm only showing 5. Okay. So now let's actually change it to 50, so we get a lot more showing. And it won't show 50 if there's not 50. And then this feed variable is the actual feed. Now, we can change this script to do some text editing, because whenever you go to a feed, for example, in a minute we'll get the Engadget feed. If I choose the RSS button, it's going to tell me the feed is feed://. Okay, I actually can't use that. If I do that, let's go ahead and do that. We'll copy the XML file. We'll create a new variable, feed equals quote, and then we'll comment this one out. So the Engadget feed is what we're trying to get with this script. We'll refresh it. It's going to give us an error. Feed did not recognize. Okay, and that's this feed right here. We can text edit somewhere down here so that it will recognize it even if we put feed in here. But for now, even though it says feed, just put HTTP and then it'll work. And this is the Engadget feed, okay? And I'm showing 50 of them. Obviously, 50 is a lot for Engadget. They have a lot of big pictures, okay? So you can see how indispensable this is. It works with anything. So I'll just put it back to my Twitter feed for now, right? And there we go. Okay, Twitter feed. So next thing we can do is these two are functions that I found on the internet that just basically the relative time that we learned in our last video I thought was a really great thing. And since most RSS feeds have a pub date, so you're going to have the tag, the title, the description, the link, and a pub date. You won't have all of them all the time. For the most part, you'll have these, and these are the main ones that all RSS feeds have. Actually, according to the RSS spec, you need to have, actually not that one, the RSS spec, they will be called this, okay? There are some other ones that you can have, but for the most part, according to the RSS 2.0 spec, these are what they're called. So you can guarantee that this is going to work as long as it's following the spec, okay? This function is a function that the script uses. It grabs the first element. This function grabs the last element. This is actually where all the coding takes place. And this just shows up the data. And if you want to add new elements, like say you want to add media, okay, media, sometimes for iTunes or something, you would add media to here. You would add the media variable here and the media variable here, and then you would add a case here for media. So, if we were doing that, I don't have an example for you because I just thought of that now, but you could do media and then media there, and then actually add it in here and up here too. Okay, so you can add other tags that you want in case you want to do that for yours. Okay, and then this is where the magic happens. It's going to create a new XML parser with PHP. It's going to set the handler to the start element and the element. These are actually function names, not actually variables. And then it's going to choose the data handler, which is going to be the character data function right here. and then we're going to open the XML file for reading, right, using the feed variable, okay? And then we're going to read the XML file 4 bytes at a time, looping through. Then we're going to close it, and then we're going to free our memory because we don't want to be a memory hog. Okay, that's how this script works. So now how do we modify it? So description is the main grit of the text. We have a title and the other things we can play with too. The point is that using PHP we can export this data in any way we want. So you saw earlier, all I did was add table data around it, and now I have an organized list. Okay, I could easily have put this into my PHP website in some div somewhere and make it look nice. Okay, what else can we do? We can, well, let's take a look at, if we want the HTML. Okay, actually, let's take a look at a different feed first. Let's take a look at the YouTube feed, see what that looks like. So here's the YouTube feed. To get this, I just click the RSS button on my YouTube channel. So refresh it. So this is the YouTube feed. You can see it's perfectly formatted for YouTube, which is interesting. So the feed actually comes in. The feed actually comes in formatted for YouTube. This looks like YouTube, okay? So if we actually take a look at it, we're not doing anything different. We're just giving the description. But the description actually comes with that. So if we actually take this function called HTML special cars, it's built into PHP, take that, wrap it around the description, it's going to actually reveal the HTML to us. Okay, this is the code behind the YouTube channel. So you're thinking, okay, cool, not really sure how this helps me. Obviously, you could take this and put it in your own div, but it's already formatted, so that's not really that useful. So let's actually use a function called strip, S-T-R-I-P, strip tags. We'll actually strip all the HTML out of this. So now when we look at it, okay, we've now got our YouTube feed stripped of HTML, and we can actually then parse each of these in a loop however we wanted to, okay? So you can see how we would use this to put a feed on our own website. So say I wanted on my home page, so let's actually go over there real quick. I think it's here. So say I have my Twitter feed here. I'm using jQuery to do that, but I could easily use this. Say I wanted to have another box underneath of it for YouTube. I could easily pull in my YouTube feed. Say there's no YouTube jQuery plugin, I could use this this XML thing to pull in. You know, here's my latest video. Okay, and then you would have to check to see if. So actually, let's take a look at it. If we don't strip the tags and we actually want to see what the HTML looks like. So, because let's say we want to actually link to the video. Let's take a look at that. Blah 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 blah. One of these tags here. Here we go. The link. Okay, so the link probably is. So actually, let's take a look at that. Let's just have the link. So we're actually bringing in the link. Let's take a look at what that looks like. So there you go. Here's actually all the links to all the videos I have. So now I have a feed of just the links. So you can see, and I don't think I need special cars for that, actually. I think I can just give you the link. Yeah, same thing. Okay, so you can see how I've extracted all the videos from here. So if I wanted to have a feed link, so say for example, something I'll actually probably do now that I've figured this out while I'm doing this video, is this feed, this video right here, I'll just have the latest video from the feed loaded right here. Done. Now, whenever I upload a new video, not only will I have the latest Twitter about it, but I'll also have the latest video loaded right on my page. So you can keep that dynamic, basically how it's going. And again, we could use PHP with some Ajax and have it automatically load up, and I'll show you that later. So anything you want with this script is great. You can do whatever you want.